want to also talk about very important subjects because and it's knowing how to learn, because that is the model going forward. In the previous generations, my parents and even ourselves going to university, we got used to having somebody take our hands and teach us, chew the subject and then give it to us. Now we're getting into the model of learning by yourself. You're at home, isolated, go on YouTube and learn. Knowing how to learn a subject is such a skill, and it's really important. People who don't know that, they go watch some YouTube, they read article, and they think they're super smart. And it's their own biases that is hurting them the most, and they don't know how to fact check. They don't know how to see their resources, where to look for correct information. That by itself is a really valuable skill to have today.
You need to get deep. So learning is only when you get deep into a subject is when the learning is done, I believe.
Yeah.
Watching one or two videos, reading one or two articles, or even a book doesn't make you anything special. Implementing that and gaining the experience, I think it's the fastest way. If you can implement whatever it is that you are learning, even from watching a couple of YouTube videos, I think it's a faster progress of actually, building a skill. But for some reason, here I'm learning a financial accounting. I'm not going to implement that anyway. So this is why I'm taking a Harvard course and not watching a couple of YouTube videos that doesn't keep me accountable or anything, and I don't have to do nothing. And then I don't really have the opportunity to get to a deep level of understanding. So
the amount of information we have available to us and the entire internet being so accessible is a double-edged sword, because the beauty of it is that you can explore so many different subjects and quickly realize what you want to learn, what is it that you want to know, and you can know a little bit of everything but not deep. The bad side is that you know a little bit of everything and you think you know a lot, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. So you've got to understand, this is super important, you have to understand the media structure, YouTube, social media, the way they're trying to get attention. Last episode we talked about it, is to do bit sizes, take a 1 hour long subject, make it into 5 minutes, make it interesting and hook you and give you that adrenaline, dopamine rush. So it's okay to watch those, but remember, if you like that subject, go deeper, watch multiple people on the same subject, and then look for courses specifically for that subject, like Harvard School.
Watch it for a year, not for a certain amount.
And you have to apply it.
Watch, if you can apply, read article. I mean, it's the combination of all of those stuff that will, in the end of the day, will really create the value. If there is no value created for you, and you can't come to the table with this, whether it's from doing or from learning into a deep level, then don't waste your time on this subject.
I'm guilty of this more than anyone else. I've watched Peter McKinnon on shooting videos, and I thought I'm the shit now because I know how to shoot videos. I watched Gary Vee, and I was like, I'm the marketing king now. You have to give me projects. I know everything about marketing. This is by default the trap that YouTube will make, because these people make it sound so easy and you think you know everything about it, but until you actually apply, learn, get deeper, you won't have that learning.
Even with this podcast,
with this podcast
is by doing, look at how much we learned 26 episodes. If we go back to day one, it was not in the same level. We learned a lot through the process. I think we still have a lot to learn.
Absolutely.
And we are keeping improving it. Here, changing the camera angles every week.
Camera angles, subjects, how we go about the
segmentation of the. I mean, everything. Only by doing. We couldn't figure it out, or even watch a bunch of YouTube videos of YouTubers explaining how to do. You don't have to.
No, and this is the beauty, because you do it, you see the results, you also see, it doesn't feel good the way it's structured. Let's change it up. And doing is the most important thing, I think.
Even look at the first episode we shot here and the video quality.
Exactly.
Because we had the webcams, we thought we were going to be with the OBS and super cool, but then we got slammed in the face.
And that's my point. Being at home and watching how to do a DSLR shoot on a set for podcast is different than being in here, we have limited time. We have to figure it out in the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, we would waste the episode.
Also, I don't want necessarily people to focus on the equipment in that subject. So it's not about the equipment.
Yeah.
Look, my mic is not even connected.
Yeah, you have a dummy mic.
It's a dummy mic. So so it's not about that. It's about actually providing the value. We have a neck mic here that's good enough.
Yeah, we're making it work with what we've got, and we're trying to make the most of it. But back to education in terms of going online and doing it, I feel like watching videos, applying it if you can, and there is no excuse not to be able to apply it. It's very accessible to do everything. Also in a
there are cases where it's difficult to apply, like my financial accounting. I'm not going to do any accounting.
But in your business you can, in a basic way.
It's not something I'm interested in doing. It's just something I'm interested in understanding in a deep level.
So I'm sure when the time comes that you need it, you're gonna go back and read it further.
Get
I mean, into the subject.
Going into Harvard make me understand it on a deep level, whether it's just watching YouTube videos about it, which I have done.
Yeah.
It keeps it superficial and you don't get this deep level of understanding. So you can see a YouTube video, they say this is that, okay, this is that, but you don't know why necessarily this is that. And once you know why, then you have the deep level of understanding. You really understand the subject, then you gain the value. So this is where I want to be. I want to have that value that will benefit me. I'm not going to go to anyone and say, look, I have a Harvard
this is specific. This is strictly for your own.
Exactly.
And I think entrepreneurs in general, they have this skill of learning because their intention of learning is not getting a job. Their intention is to better themselves and do better at what they're doing. My similar experience as yours, I went to BrainStation, did marketing. I don't remember every single thing I learned there, but I got exposed to so many subjects from Google Ads to SEO and
we should have reached out to them to sponsor this episode.
I know, we're talking about them a lot. But what happened was, now that I'm doing it, I'm going back to all those subjects and pulling out everything I learned.
Yeah, but because you got into a deep level of understanding, you can actually use this tool, use the experience, and start doing it in the correct way.
Absolutely. I think